Hey, what's going on YouTube? Just doing a quick update on my Miata. Now, I was hoping that for the next video I would be updating you guys on what it's like to drive the car now that it's been upgraded and I have a new engine. Unfortunately, things don't always pan out the way you want them to. About a month ago, I was heading out of my job, and an individual who works in my company apparently didn't see me, and he crashed my car. I was coming down the right lane, going to the highway. He has to get in the right lane also to get on the highway, and well, changed lanes from the left, and his right rear tire on his SUV smashed into my fender. Pretty much gashed it up real bad. His about the only damage he got was fender flare on his right rear, actually unclipped. I was wondering how that happened because, as you can see, the tire is the height of my fender, so I was wondering what part of my vehicle could have actually caught on his. Then I saw my rearview mirror when I got home. It's got this little scuff here, so I figure his fender flare caught here, yanked off, and then his tire went boom and did that to my fender. Now he got off pretty pissed off. He's an old guy, I want to say like 64 years old. He rips the fender flare off and throws it on the floor, then throws it back in his car. Comes over, says, "I'm gonna take a picture of your plate." And then he's like, "And you're lucky my buddy can't come right now." And I'm like, "Man, are you really threatening me right now, old man? You ought to be embarrassed. You're like old enough to be my dad and you're acting like a high school thug, man. Like, seriously?" And the guy, like, at some point I told him he was acting like an old gangster. He looked mad embarrassed. He's like, "Don't say anything else." And I'm like, "I got First Amendment freedom of speech. I'll say whatever the heck I want, man. You're acting like a fool." He got back in his car. They sent a public service aide instead of a police officer. So, don't know that she assigned any fault. I did receive a call from a victims advocacy center or something of the sort. It's telling me that I'm not at fault, and my insurance says I'm not at fault. So, now it's a battle between insurances because his insurance isn't accepting any fault either. Go figure. And yeah, that's what happens, especially when you drive out here in South Florida. I guess it's just a normal thing that you got to deal with. It's all kind of crazy people out here, all kinds of elderly people, retirees driving around, and you know, people who've never apparently driven before they came to Florida, and all kinds of nonsense. You know, people who don't use turn signals, people who aren't aware of what a rear view mirror is for, and you know, wonder how come there's so many places to check out their makeup on their car. You know, that's what he was probably doing. You know, he's busy checking up his makeup. Yeah, the guy was a total jerk about it, but whatever. You run into all sorts of characters on the road here. At least I'm not hurt, and hopefully insurance will pay out for this. It's fairly simple repair. Another fender, another paint job, paint my door, and it should be back on the road. And I'm actually planning on selling this car really soon once it's repaired, so I'll do a review video before it's gone, and then you guys will get to see the next thing I'm gonna buy.